Hey guys, welcome back to the Unsavvy Budgeter. For those of you that are new to this channel, my name's Cindy and I take you along with me on my debt-free journey to pay off over $71,000 in credit card and student loan debt. So in this video, I wanted to talk about my debt-free journey and my experience documenting this on YouTube since I started this 3 months ago. I wanted to share just the pros and cons of documenting this experience so publicly and just kind of share what has worked and hasn't worked for me since I've started this journey. So stay tuned for that. So I'm starting off this video a little bit somber just because I wanted to be honest with you guys and share with you guys that I am in a little bit of a funk with just processing a lot of the recent news. For those of you that have been following me for a while, you guys know that I recently came back from Atlanta visiting my family. So for me to come back and kind of hear the news about the mass shootings in Atlanta, that really came as a shock for me. And I'm still just really trying to take the space to process it and check in on my family and my friends and just make sure that we're supporting one another as all of this is happening. So yeah, I can't say that I'm like 100% right now, but I'm trying to be. And I'm just still trying to do my best to move on with my filming schedule of doing these YouTube videos. But I do wanted to just be honest, make you guys aware, and just put that out there that this is kind of what I'm processing and dealing with. And it has its challenges. And, you know, I think all of this and all of my personal experiences ties into my debt-free journey. So I felt it just really important to share. A lot of you probably know that I'm also in a interracial relationship as well. So it's been, you know, it's been a whole journey in itself, an experience of going through this with my husband. And I've just been trying to educate myself more and figure out what I want to do from here and how I can support my Asian American and Pacific Islander community better, as well as other, you know, minorities. So as much as I'd like to figure out ways to donate financially, I've decided that I think that I want to try and budget to figure out ways how I can donate a small portion of my personal spend to things that I care about that could really support the community right now. And if any of you guys have a budget for donations or giving, please consider donating to any local nonprofits or organizations that would really help the current events going on right now. So I'll share with you guys some links in the description box of some organizations that I'm considering donating to. Please don't feel any obligation to donate to those organizations that I've provided, but I'm just sharing it in case any of you are interested. So without further ado, I really wanted to get into the real meat of this video. I really wanted to make more of a supportive video talking about my YouTube experience and my journey on YouTube. And I know that there's a lot of us small creators. I think oftentimes when I'm watching other YouTubers, I think a lot of people talk about the journey when they've already got monetized or when they've like hit the minimum requirements of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. But I wanted to just go ahead and share my experience so far and kind of check in with how I feel like I'm at with my YouTube journey as we're approaching the end of 3 months. Hopefully this will be beneficial or offer some value for any of you that are creating content on YouTube or considering creating content on YouTube. So I'll start off with why my husband and I decided to even start YouTube. I think I've shared in my beginning videos that I really did not watch YouTube at all until recently, as of last year. And my husband has been a big time fan of YouTube. So we had talked a lot about just what it would be like if we were YouTube creators and if that would be any fun for us. My husband is a big film geek. He loves filming and editing, and that's, his hobby. And he had originally wanted to go to film school, but he didn't feel like financially that would have been a smart move for him if he were to pursue that career. So he decided to, pursue a degree in something else. And when I heard that, I felt a bit sad because I always, believe in following your passions and fulfilling your passions in some way. But I understand that, he had the concern of just being financially responsible and the risk that comes into going into that industry. So I really didn't want him to give up on his passions, and I really don't know anything about filming. So I decided, all right, I want him to find joy again in filming and editing, and maybe we can figure out a way that this could be, a passion and a hobby for the both of us. So we decided that we would try this whole YouTube channel. He had his own channel that he started where he was trying to make videos that interested him. And then we talked about what could I even do, because I don't really know what I'm good at or what I could talk about. And the only thing that really came to my mind was that I felt really bad about being in debt. And that's all I was thinking about and obsessing about. So as I had been searching YouTube for just other financial advice, so I decided that I wanted to document my debt-free journey on YouTube. And maybe it will ignite this passion and motivation for me to really take my debt seriously and find a supportive community that I was really lacking, so that I could get the help that I need, the support that I need to really see this through. When my husband and I both started our YouTube channels, we had no intention or thoughts that this would really go anywhere. We would joke oh, what if we actually got 100 subscribers or something like that? I didn't think that that would happen for me. He kind of realized that my YouTube channel was actually picking up viewers, and I started noticing that too. And I am not great at editing or filming, and he was trying to manage both of his channel and my channel. So he decided to just fully dedicate himself to my channel, and maybe when he has free time, he'll continue working on his own channel. But we had no idea what the baseline is or what to really compare our YouTube growth to. We didn't know if the amount of subscribers we have currently at 2 months or 3 months was a high number or not. And I think that as we started educating ourselves and following other YouTube creators, we started to realize we're pretty fortunate, and we're looking into our analytics and realizing that we're having, a good amount of activity on the Unsavvy budgeter. And that was really exciting for me. Also really nerve-wracking because I don't like public speaking and I'm pretty private. So it was crazy to think that some of my videos already had 1,000 views. For me to I would lie at night thinking that's a lot of people that saw me talk about my troubles and hear me complaining about my debt. And I do not claim to be an expert or a financial advisor in my debt-free journey, but it's been pretty amazing to see how many of you have followed along. So I really just wanted to do this video to show some love and yeah, I mean, that's just kind of how this really started with the YouTube journey. It was also a nice incentive because with this pandemic going on, creating YouTube content is what kept us home. It turned into this fun activity for the both of us to do. So we didn't really have huge desires to go out and risk exposure or anything like that. So we were kind of happy that we had an excuse to stay home and just work on cranking out good content. So that was really nice, and it was a free activity. And as we're continuing on this journey, we are really appreciative that we have time to work on things, and I'm seeing the joy that it brings to my husband because he's learning about how filming and editing has changed over the years. So I'm happy that doing this costs no money to us and that we're both enjoying and gaining different things out of this. As we started creating content, we really had no desire to get fancy equipment just because that costs money, and the whole point of this channel was to really get us out of debt. So we wanted to really try to work with what we have and not spend anything really to create this type of content. We started out with just working and filming with our DSLRs that we had. They're pretty old. There's been a lot of newer models that have came out since the ones that we've purchased back then, and we started filming out with the DSLRs, but it was a lot of work to edit and enhance the videos. And just one day we decided to film with our phones, and we were really impressed with the quality that we were getting from our phones. And we were just like, wow, phones have become so advanced that they're giving us higher quality video than what we're getting from our really old DSLRs. So we gave up on filming with the DSLRs, and now we just only film from our smartphones. If you guys are interested in what equipment we use, we always provide those details in our description box of our videos. Luckily, my husband had tripods and things that he had acquired when he was doing a lot of filming as his hobby. So we worked with that, and that's been really great for us. So it really didn't cost us anything. The only expense that we did spend on was paying for Adobe Creative Cloud. We felt like that was a good investment. You guys see that listed in our subscriptions every month, so we still kept that on. And other than that, we use a lot of free stuff. We did do a trial of TubeBuddy, and that helped us kind of dig deeper into our analytics and show us what was working and what wasn't. And we signed up for the trial of TubeBuddy fairly early on to kind of figure out what direction to take our YouTube channel. And after that 30-day trial ended, we were like, we're not paying for it. Even though it was helpful, we feel like it was nice to have, but we just don't want to pay the money at this time because we're still focusing on putting as much money towards debt as possible. And when it comes to any graphics or anything like that, we're using Canva, which I think you guys hear a lot of YouTube creators using Canva for a lot of their images and things like that and thumbnails. And that's pretty much the extent of just the tools and resources that we use to make this YouTube channel work for us. When it comes to what content, I just decided to choose debt and finance because that's something that I'm working on and I can easily talk about it, at least talk about my own personal experience going through debt and share just things that I'm trying and the results of the things that I've tried and what has been successful and what has failed. So that seems to be working for me when it comes to this YouTube channel. And I think that has helped me focus on what my niche is. So or what my niche is. So whatever you guys decide to do or talk about for your content, it really is important to find like a niche. And I think that I did a lot of my experimenting early on, and I'm still tweaking things as I go, and I will ask you guys for feedback. So that has been really helpful to kind of just try to be experimental as early on as possible so you can kind of hone in on what your audience likes. When other people say treat YouTube like a business, I really did take that seriously. I tried to stick to a schedule, make sure that I put in the time to make these videos. My husband puts in the time to edit these videos. So it really is like a part-time job for us. And I take the time to fill out the subscriptions and respond to your comments. And the funny thing is, like, you guys as the viewers, it feels like that's like the customer service side for me. I've done a lot of jobs where I have focused on customer service, and I think that's the challenging part too, is like keeping your viewers happy. Like I said, I am not comfortable with public speaking or really have any experience with sharing such personal details of my life so publicly. And I would say that I don't have thick skin. I think it's gotten thicker since I've started doing YouTube, but it wasn't easy, like seeing the dislikes come in or seeing the negative comments come in, as well as losing subscribers. I am more of a sensitive person. So when I had such a small subscriber count, it was like, oh no, I only have like 50 subscribers and I lost like 2. And I would go and like whine to my husband saying like, I don't know why I lost 2. Like, did I do something wrong? And it was hard to not try to take it personally. I really had to like step back and I did some research. It could be a number of reasons, and I can't take offense if people don't find my content relatable anymore. Maybe they got what they needed and they were ready to move on. I'm guilty of doing that too. When I watch YouTube and I subscribe to other YouTubers, sometimes it just isn't relatable anymore. So I clean up my subscription list. So there's that. And the negative comments, I just try to leave it there as it is. And I try to take some time to process what was said and figure out like how I want to respond, or if I even want to respond at all. Then I kind of put on my customer support hat on, and I'm like, how do I respond to this professionally and respectfully so that maybe I could give a different perspective to this viewer, and if they leave, then that's fine, because I really only want subscribers that can really relate to me and are actually genuinely care about me and my journey and my success on this journey. So that's really what I'm looking to gain from this whole YouTube community. So I've learned to not really care about subscriber count anymore because it fluctuates so much, and I've had really low days where I'm realizing I don't get any subscribers, or I'm losing subscribers more than I'm gaining. And I just try to not take it personally, because I tell myself, you know what, the people that are staying are the ones that actually matter, because they actually care about the content and the message that I'm sharing. So I'm keeping that circle of friends and support that I actually want and care about. I think all that negativity side, or the things that subscribers and viewers do, can be hard, especially if you're a little bit more sensitive like me. Dislikes as well. Like, dislikes are hard to see, but you know what? Like, I try to not take that personally either, because hey, it wasn't fitting for somebody. And that's data. That's data that I have to look into and be like, maybe I could have done something better. I still don't know anything about the YouTube algorithm, and I think I've stopped trying to figure it out. I do try and go poke into my analytics from time to time, but I still don't understand it. So I'm just going with what feels right and what I think my viewers will like. I also think a lot about the feedback and the comments that you guys give about what you like and what you would like to see. So I just try to stick to that, and that's how I decide my future content. And I don't know, I just kind of throw it out there and hope that it works. Yeah, YouTube algorithm, I don't know. I think that I had great luck when I put my first video out and I saw that it was viewed a lot and it was getting recommended and picked up a lot, which I was really happy about. And then I had a lot of like days where I just felt like my content was like really dragging and nobody was watching it. And then I just felt like recently somehow like the YouTube algorithm gods were in my favor and decided to like shine light upon my videos recently. And I feel like I also noticed that people also like drama more. So the videos where I'm like more sad tends to pick up more. So I don't know. I'm not going to try and figure it out. I'm just going to try to cross my fingers and hope for the best with my content and my channel. I don't have a desire to be a huge YouTube creator. I want to stay small, and I just am looking for genuinely a supportive community that I can connect with. So along the lines of subscriber count, I don't try to fixate on that too much. As nice as it would be to like have a growing audience, it's also scary for me to think about. But I know that some people do giveaways, and I do giveaways too, but I'm not really ultimately trying to do giveaways for the subscriber count. I ultimately want to do it and have my longtime viewers and people that actually like my content be the winners, because I want to make this fun for you guys and feel like you guys are getting something out of it. So I think that's why I choose not to publicly like put in my thumbnails or titles that I'm doing a giveaway, or I think you guys have noticed I try to sneak it in and not make it so obvious that I'm doing a giveaway, because I really am trying to reward and catch the viewers that are really there for me. And that's just my personal choice, but I have noticed that people do have great success with subscribers from doing the giveaways. I think the thing that I worry about is if I do a giveaway and I say, hey, you know, make sure to subscribe for the giveaway. The thing that I worry about is like, and the thing that I also expect is after the giveaway, I'm probably going to lose a lot of subscribers because a lot of them probably just subscribe just for the giveaway. So that's something to keep in mind if you do want to go that route. As I'm on this journey, I remind myself to stay as genuine as possible and not to sway too much from being influenced by others or what I'm seeing from other YouTube creators. I really just try to reflect a lot about my journey and what this experience is like for me and my husband. And I try to be really honest and show you guys the good, bad, and the ugly. As much as I want to just show you guys the good and hide like my really bad days, I think it's also really important to like shed light on those really bad days, because if you're going through this debt-free journey too, I don't want you guys to think that there are no failures and setbacks in this, or that maybe you have had setbacks but you think that everybody else is having so much success. Like, that's really not the case for me. We are experiencing success of seeing our debt numbers drop, but it didn't come easy, and it still doesn't come easy. So that's why I choose to be as honest as possible. And I'm a firm believer that if you try to hide or pretend, I think that people have a really great sense of that. Like, I think people can see and feel more than you think that they can. And there's just a vibe. So I think that as long as you stay genuine, people will pick up on that and they will resonate with that. But if you try to hide behind the negative stuff, or you just only want to show the great positive things, then I think people can pick up on that as well. So be true to yourself. I think that works in my favor. I think I learned that too, not just from doing YouTube, but just forming relationships with people in general. And I've learned it a lot in my interview process when I'm interviewing for a different job. I've gone through so many interviews because I try to practice my interviewing skills because, like I said, I'm not a great speaker and I get really nervous when I do these things and when I'm interviewing. So when I did interview a lot, I just told myself, like, Cindy, be yourself, and I think that will work in your favor. And it's so true. Like, I stayed true to myself. I was honest. I shared my true reasons why I wanted something. And if I was passionate about something, I wanted to share that too. And I had moments where when I was really passionate about something and I shared it and I showed it and I expressed emotion, I found that my interviewees expressed and resonated with that emotion as well. Like, I've been surprised going into interviews where I'm just like so caught up in the moment and I realized like I've made the other people cry. And that was weird for me because I was like, wow, I didn't think I would make somebody cry. But it was also really powerful to see that you can move people in that way just by words or just by small interactions. So I try to stay true to that. And that's my recommendation for you guys because I think that it works. But let me know in the comments if you think otherwise or you think that I'm wrong and I overshare too much. So that's really me summing up my YouTube journey in these 3 months that I've started. And I hope that you guys found value from this or learned something. I still don't know if my husband and I are making great content. I am so happy when I see that you guys give really big compliments to our videos. And that's the only way we know that we're really doing good. I don't know. I mean, with the limited equipment that we have, like, let us know in the comments what you guys think about our videos that we've created. Let us know early on if you would like to see something else or if there's any technical problems. Like, it would be like maybe my audio is bad or something. I mean, I know that there was like that one guy that was like, hey sis, get a new mic. And I don't know if my audio is bad or not. I'm just assuming things are fine because nobody else is really saying anything about it. But he was the only one that made the comment about the mic. And we do have a mic, but I don't really want to like spend more money to get equipment. Like, I just don't think we're there yet where we need to spend money on equipment yet. And like I said, I get sensitive about comments, certain comments, but I have to like learn to develop thicker skin, and I'll like go and cuddle with my husband because I'll be like, hey, like somebody said something kind of hurtful and negative and I just need a hug. And he will tell me like, it's okay, those things are normal. But like that guy that made the mic comment, like, that didn't bother me, but like that hurt my husband because he like geeks out on the whole like tech and filming and editing of it. So he takes a lot of pride in his editing skills and like filming me. And so that was like the first time he felt like a little sensitive about a comment because he felt like that was directed towards him. So I had to like kind of do the comforting that time around. But let us know what you guys think about our videos. We would both love the feedback so that we know how to direct our videos going forward. And we would seriously consider like if we need to do upgrades to any of our equipment, maybe just not in the near future. until we pay off consumer debt at least. So yeah, I would love your feedback. If this is the first video that you're watching, I would love to have you subscribe and stick along on this debt-free journey with me. And make sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed videos like this. I know that this didn't really have to do with finance, but to me, it's all part of my debt-free journey. So give it a thumbs up if you guys liked it. And last thing I want to say is I really appreciate your guys' support and all the love that I've been receiving. This whole experience had been, well, prior to going on this experience, it was feeling very lonely for me and isolating, and your guys' support and words of encouragement has really meant the world. And that is like the fuel that keeps me going when it comes to not giving up on this debt-free journey, not giving up on YouTube, no matter how awkward I feel filming these videos. Yeah, I can't express enough the support, how much the support means to me. And because we treat this like a part-time job after hours, we decided that we wanted to try out Buy Me a Coffee. So if you guys are interested in supporting us and helping us continue to create these YouTube videos and this type of content, then feel free to literally buy us a cup of coffee, because that's what we're going to use it on. We have given up on purchasing coffee outside just because we know that that's a lot of money. So we make all of our coffee at home. So your money would truly go to paying for the espresso beans that we buy regularly to brew our coffee that we drink like multiple times a day. My husband's more of a coffee addict, but it's the fuel that we both need to keep us going. And yeah, funny story is that we drank so much coffee that I think like that's why our espresso machine like started burning, because it started making this like burning smell. And thankfully it was still under warranty, so we were able to contact customer support and they were able to replace our espresso machine for free without a lapse or interruption in our coffee service at home. So we were still able to continue drinking coffee every day. So your contributions would solely be going towards that. So we appreciate if you're funding our espresso beans. Another thing is I want to share the love and continue to create a community that supports each other. So I am loving the idea of collaborating with other small YouTube creators. Even if you have more subscribers than me, or if you only have one subscriber, I'm open to it all, and I would love to just collaborate and support each other and as we're going through this debt-free journey. So let me know if you're interested in collaborating. You can email me at the unsabbybudgeter@gmail.com. You guys can find that email through YouTube as well. And yeah, let me know if you're interested. We would be excited to work with you guys. And that's all I have for today. I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video. If not, I'm sorry. Feel free to give it a thumbs down and let me know so I don't make these videos in the future. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope to catch you guys in the next one.